Chosen one, my beloved child, listen with every corner of your heart open, because what I am about to reveal is not just a warning. It is the real reason your next 3 days have suddenly become the most crucial window of your entire journey. Something has shifted behind the scenes so quietly that even you did not feel it, but someone else did. Someone has discovered a truth about you that was never meant to land in their hands. And now the energy around you has tightened, almost as if time itself is holding its breath, watching what your next move will be. You think life has been normal, but a twist is unfolding silently, delicately, and with an intensity that even your spirit has started sensing without understanding why. Type "I feel it" in the comments, not as a reaction to words, but as confirmation that your spirit has already been sensing this shift before you had language for it. Your name has been whispered in a room you have never stepped into, and the reason behind it is the very thing that could change everything you thought you knew about yourself. But hear me carefully, because this second you are listening marks the beginning of a revelation that was deliberately kept away from you. Someone, yes, the very person you think would never notice you, never track you, never observe you, has suddenly awakened to something hidden inside you. They found proof of who you really are, or rather who you are becoming, and what they found was not small, was not casual, was not something people come across every day. It shook them. It froze them. It made them look twice, then thrice, then call someone else to confirm whether what they saw was real. Type "They see me now," because the very thing they tried to overlook in you is the same thing that just stopped them in their tracks. They found a detail about you that was not meant to surface yet. A detail that exposes a strength, a destiny, a rising that was supposed to unfold quietly until the right moment. But now that moment has been ripped open too early, and that person is moving faster than you think. You feel the air around you shifting. That is because someone is preparing to approach you, question you, or confront you, all because of what they discovered. And as the minutes pass, you must understand why the next 72 hours matter more than the last 7 years of your story combined. If something in your spirit just confirmed that, tap the like button, not for this video, as your agreement that the next 72 hours belong to you. The information they found has changed the way they look at you. It has triggered a panic, a curiosity, a shock so deep that they cannot sleep, cannot relax, cannot pretend nothing is happening. They now know that you are not the person they assumed you were, and that realization has pushed them into action. They are trying to confirm it through someone else. They are digging for more signs, replaying your words, your silence, your patterns, and without knowing it, you have already stepped into a moment of destiny where every move you make will either expose the truth completely or protect it long enough for it to unfold at the right time. But the twist is, they are not the only one watching now. One person discovered it, but 2 more sensed it. And one of them has a motive that is not pure. And this is where everything intensifies, because the thing they have discovered about you is not something dangerous, but something precious, powerful, rare, something that threatens certain people and awakens others. They have realized that you carry a gift, a rising, a potential, a shift that could transform the direction of your life. Someone right now is still invisible to the people around them, still carrying something rare inside a room that does not know what to do with it. Still in the season where the gift is real, but the soil keeps refusing it. They have not yet heard that what others cannot hold is not their flaw, it is their frequency. If this word just names something you have been carrying without language, check the link in the description and the pinned comment. A coffee, a seed, a place in this community, bring their name with you. The one whose gift has been mistaken for too much, too different, too soon. Plant from this place from the moment you just felt seen, and watch what God sends ahead of you into every room your name is already being whispered in. Maybe it was a document they were not supposed to see. Maybe it was a message. Maybe it was your name appearing on something they thought belonged to someone else. Maybe it was a conversation they overheard. Maybe it was someone speaking about you in a tone they have never heard before. But whatever it was, it revealed a truth that has placed you in the center of someone's focus. And now, over the next 3 days, something will move toward you, around you, or because of you. Something that was hidden is coming to the surface. Something you never expected to reveal is being pushed forward. And the person who discovered this truth is preparing to act on it. They are not sleeping on this. They are not ignoring it. They are not brushing it off. They are planning, calculating, watching. Type I am ready not as a wish, but as a declaration. As someone who already knows that what is approaching is not threat. It is assignment. Now, listen with absolute stillness, because your story is no longer in the phase of waiting. It is in the phase of unfolding. Within these next 3 days, the person who discovered your truth will make a move that could shift your entire path. They may reach out, they may expose something, they may confess something, they may warn someone, or they may attempt to understand why this truth was connected to you in the first place, and you will feel the energy sharpen. The air grow heavier, the signs appear faster. You will notice people acting differently around you. You will notice someone studying you more carefully than usual. You will notice attention you cannot explain, because someone has discovered that you are more important, more powerful, more connected, more chosen, or more essential than they ever imagined. And the universe is now rearranging itself to protect you, to prepare you, and to place you exactly where you need to be when that revelation finally reaches your doorstep. Subscribe now and turn on the bell. What unfolds in the next part of this revelation, and what is released through this channel next, is not something the algorithm decides you see. You decide. Stay in the pipeline. Stay with me, because what I am about to tell you now is the part that will make everything click. The part that explains why your next 3 days are not just crucial, but life-shifting. The moment that person discovered the truth about you, their entire behavior changed. They paused. They replayed everything they thought they knew about you. And then something inside them snapped into place. They realized this was not a coincidence. This was not random. This was not a simple detail. This was a sign, one that pointed straight toward you and only you. And ever since that discovery, a strange pressure has been building around your name. You may not see it yet, but movements are happening behind curtains you cannot see through. People are whispering about you in private. Someone is rechecking your past decisions. Someone else is analyzing your recent actions. And all this is happening because the truth they found is something that connects you to a moment you were not supposed to step into until later. But here is where things heat up, because the person who discovered this truth is not handling it alone anymore. They have already reached out to one more person, someone older, someone experienced, someone who has the ability to interpret things others overlook. And the moment they shared the detail they found about you, the reaction was immediate. Shock, curiosity, concern, and a question: does the person know what this means? Type they know, because somewhere in you already knew this truth before anyone else found it. Because the truth they uncovered does not just reveal something about you. It exposes a path you are meant to walk, a shift you are meant to activate, a role you are meant to step into. And now these people are trying to understand if you are aware of it, or if you are walking blindly towards a turning point that is about to arrive faster than expected. They are observing you quietly, silently, waiting for the moment your energy reacts, because when that moment hits, everything will change. And now the tension rises, because over the next 3 days, they are planning to make a move that will either reveal what they discovered or push someone else to confront you about it first. You may suddenly get a message that feels odd. You may get a call from someone who never contacts you. You may see someone staring at you longer than usual. You may hear your name being mentioned in a place where no one normally speaks about you. These will not be accidents. These will be reactions. Reactions to the truth they found. And that truth, it is tied to your identity in a way you did not expect. It exposes something like a hidden potential, a connection, a document, a choice, a secret admiration, an unexpected elevation, or even a role you were unknowingly chosen for. And someone realizes now that if this truth comes to light at the wrong moment, it could disrupt the plans of people who do not want you to rise. That is why the energy feels sharp. That is why the air around you feels heavier. That is why signs are appearing back to back. You are stepping into a moment where the universe is pushing you forward, while someone else is trying to catch up to the reality of who you are. Listen very carefully, because right now, the universe is demanding your attention. Over the next 3 days, protect your energy, guard your conversations, stay alert to unexpected shifts, and do not ignore sudden intuition. You will feel pulled towards certain places and away from others. That is not coincidence. That is alignment guiding you away from those who fear your truth and closer to those who will help you rise when the revelation unfolds. You may feel emotionally sensitive, spiritually charged, mentally sharp, or strangely restless. All these sensations are signs that your spirit already knows something is approaching. Something connected to you has been exposed, and the person who discovered it is preparing to act. Whether it is a confession, a confrontation, a message, or an unexpected revelation, it will shift your path. Stay grounded, stay aware, stay focused. These 3 days will test your strength, but they will also reveal your power. And as you listen, hold on to one thing. You are not being warned because something bad is coming. You are being warned because something big is coming. A shift, a revelation, a truth, and someone's discovery has sped up the timeline of your destiny. Someone is still in the fear, still reading the weight around them as warning, not as weight of something arriving, still bracing, not opening. They have not yet crossed the line you just crossed, the line between dreading the next 3 days and understanding them. If something just exhaled in you, the description and pinned comment holds the link, not from obligation, from the specific relief of someone who just stopped bracing and started receiving. That is what your seed carries forward. That exhale for someone still holding their breath. The universe is asking you to stay present, stay aligned, and stay calm. Because when this truth finally reaches you, when the person steps forward, when the message arrives, when the unexpected moment opens, you will understand why these 3 days had to be highlighted, why your energy had to be guarded, and why someone discovering who you truly are triggered a chain reaction that can no longer be stopped. Hear this now, because what is happening around you has reached a point where nothing is random anymore. Ever since that person uncovered the truth about you, they have not been able to sit still. Their mind keeps circling back to the same thought. How did I miss this? How long has this been true? And what happens if it comes out now? They are shaken, not because the truth is dangerous, but because the truth is bigger than they expected. They thought they understood you. They thought they had your story figured out, but what they found has shattered their assumptions and forced them to look at you with eyes that finally see your value, your role, your rise. And now they are terrified that others will find out before they can decide what to do. That is why the energy around you feels tighter. That is why you feel watched without seeing anyone. That is why your intuition keeps warning you that someone's attention is on you in a way it was not before. You are standing at the edge of a revelation that will ripple through every connection tied to your name. Type "My truth is rising," because what they found about you was never hidden. It was simply waiting for the moment. It could no longer be ignored. But here is where everything sharpens, because the person who discovered your truth is not the only one stirred by this energy anymore. Someone else, someone who has always been secretly observant of you, is picking up on the shift. They can feel the tension, the movement, the unusual focus around you. They do not know the details yet, but they sense something important has surfaced. And this second person is more intuitive, more strategic, and more emotionally invested than the first. While the first person is shocked, the second person is curious. While the first person hesitates, the second person investigates. This means you are not just being watched, you are being analyzed. Every word you say, every silence you hold, every move you make is being studied, because they are trying to understand why the energy around you has suddenly changed, and soon one of them will slip. One of them will reveal, indirectly or directly, that they know something about you that you have not told them. And now the pressure builds, because the truth they uncovered is not something they can forget or ignore anymore. It challenges their beliefs, their plans, their decisions. It forces them to rethink everything connected to you. In fact, someone close to them has already asked the question they were afraid of. Are you sure this is true about that person? That question is haunting them. It is replaying in their mind like a warning bell, pulling them back into the moment they made the discovery. They are trying to figure out whether to tell you, hide it from you, or tell someone else instead. But the more they try to decide, the more the universe keeps throwing signs in their face. Signs that this revelation was meant to surface now, that it is part of a bigger shift in your destiny, that it is not a mistake. So instead of calming down, they are becoming restless, emotional, unpredictable. And this emotional turbulence is going to spill over in the next 3 days in a way you cannot ignore. And this is the twist, the part that will make everything suddenly make sense. The truth they discovered about you does not just affect your life, it affects theirs. It changes their role in your story. It changes their responsibility, their choices, their feelings, their intentions. And now they are realizing that, if they do not act soon, someone else will. They are realizing that telling you might actually free them. They are realizing that hiding it might trap them. And they are realizing that waiting could destroy the chance to fix something before it becomes too late. That is why the energy is spiking. That is why you are feeling an invisible pull. That is why you sense an ending and a beginning at the same time. You are in the middle of a moment that will rewrite how certain people show up in your life. And now take this in with your whole spirit, because the next 3 days are not a countdown to fear. They are a countdown to truth, a truth that will either bring someone closer to you or push someone out of your way. A truth that will reveal who has been honest, who has been pretending, who has been observing, and who has been hiding. You are about to witness reactions you never expected. Messages, silence, sudden appearances, unusual conversations, or someone trying to gauge your awareness. These signs will not be accidental. They will be the result of someone trying to process the truth they uncovered about you. A truth powerful enough to shift the direction of multiple lives at once. Type 3 days in the comments. Let this moment be marked, not as the middle of the waiting, but as the beginning of what can no longer be stopped. Let me take you deeper, because what is unfolding around you is no longer just a shift. It is a full ripple that is now touching people who were never meant to be involved. The person who discovered the truth about you, they thought they could keep it contained. They thought they could process it alone, but the weight of what they found has become too much for them to hold in silence. Their reactions have changed, their voice has changed, their presence has changed. And people around them are noticing. Someone has already asked them why they seem distracted, why they are thinking too much, why they are double-checking everything connected to you. And they tried to brush it off, but their eyes gave them away. Their hesitation exposed them. And now, one more person suspects that something involving you has come to light, and that suspicion is spreading faster than they expected. And here is where things accelerate, because the second person, the one who has been quietly observing you, has started picking up clues from the first person's behavior. They notice the sudden silence when your name comes up. They notice the changed tone. They notice the tension. And now they are becoming even more curious. They are asking questions indirectly. They are watching responses. They are reading between lines. And soon one of them will slip, either by saying something they should not, or by reacting too quickly when you are mentioned. This slip will be your first sign, your first hint that people know something involving you, something you did not tell them, something they were not meant to discover yet. When that moment happens, you will feel it instantly. The energy will shift, the air will thicken. Your intuition will spike, because you will realize that your name is traveling in conversations you were never invited to join. And now the emotional storm begins, because the truth they uncovered does not just shock them, it scares them. It challenges their image of you. It forces them to confront feelings or responsibilities they did not want to admit. Someone is realizing that they misjudged you. Someone is realizing they underestimated you. Someone is realizing they owe you more than they gave. And now they are grappling with guilt, confusion, fear, and urgency all at the same time. That emotional mix is volatile. It will make someone act impulsively. It will make someone reveal something they did not plan to reveal. It will make someone approach you with a confession, an explanation, a question, or even a sudden emotional outburst. You might receive a message that feels heavier than usual. You might sense someone trying to open a deeper conversation. You might feel someone's energy pulling toward you, even if their words do not match. These are signals that the truth has already begun to move through the cracks. And now comes the part you must hold with both hands, because the next 3 days will not be quiet. They will be charged. You may feel restless at night. You may wake up feeling watched, but not in a dangerous way, in a way that tells you someone is thinking intensely about you. You may feel your heart beat differently when someone's name crosses your mind. These sensations are not random. They are your spirit responding to the emotional waves coming from the people who know your truth now. And the universe is amplifying these signals so you do not miss what is unfolding. Certain people will act unusually kind. Others will act unusually distant. Some will try too hard to stay normal. And one, the truth they discovered about you is not small, not shallow, not forgettable. It is something that changes dynamics, exposes intentions, reveals loyalties, and forces decisions. It affects how people see you, speak about you, approach you, and judge you. It holds the power to shift connections forever. And now that it has surfaced, nothing around you will remain silent. The next 3 days will pull this truth closer to your doorstep, through signs, through reactions, through unexpected interactions. And when it arrives, it will reveal who is with you, who is against you, who fears your rise, and who is drawn to your strength. Before you go, send this to one person whose name crossed your mind while you were reading. You do not need to say anything. Just send it. Heaven already knows which room this needs to find next. And when the truth moves through you to reach them, it does not leave your hands empty, it multiplies. Let this sink into your soul, because from this point onward, the energy around your life is no longer subtle. It is loud, heavy, vibrating with a truth that refuses to stay hidden any longer. The person who discovered what they found about you is now battling a storm inside themselves. They know they should have walked away. They know they should have pretended they never saw it, but they cannot. The truth is too big, too revealing, too connected to you in a way they never expected. And now it is haunting them. They replay the moment of discovery over and over again, trying to make sense of why the universe allowed them, specifically them, to be the one to find out. And every replay pulls them deeper into a realization they cannot shake. This was not an accident. This was meant for me to see. And that realization is driving them into a level of urgency they can no longer control. And here is where the pressure tightens around you. Because someone else, someone who was not even a part of this at first, has now caught the vibration of the truth. Without hearing a word, without seeing the detail, they feel it. They know something involving you has surfaced. Their intuition is screaming. They are more alert than before. They are watching you more carefully. They are listening to your tone, your pauses, your energy shifts. And this person, their connection to you is deeper than you think. They care more than they show. They fear more than they admit. And now, the shift around your name has pulled them into a state of emotional turbulence that even they cannot hide. You may notice someone acting protective out of nowhere. You may notice someone defending you in conversations you are not part of. You may notice someone pulling back, but watching you even more intensely. These are not coincidences. This is the truth moving through their spirit before it moves through their mouth. Now the real twist begins, because the truth they uncovered does not just expose something about you, it exposes someone else's intentions toward you. Someone who thought they were safe, someone who thought their secret thoughts or hidden actions toward you would never be noticed. But the discovery has connected dots that this person never wanted connected. And now they are scared. Scared of being exposed, scared of losing control, scared of losing access to you, scared that you will finally see through them. And in the next 3 days, this fear will make them act unpredictably. They might become overly sweet. They might suddenly distance themselves. They might try to monitor your behavior. They might even try to keep someone else away from you. Watch these shifts closely, because fear always reveals the guilty before truth does. And this part is crucial for your spirit, because right now you are stepping into a spotlight that you did not choose. But it was chosen for you. The truth they found does not diminish you. It elevates you. It places you on higher ground. It forces people to confront what they ignored, dismissed, or underestimated. Someone who thought you were ordinary is now realizing you are not. Someone who thought they could manipulate the narrative is realizing they no longer have control. Someone who thought you would not matter is realizing you were the key all along. And this sudden awakening is creating emotional earthquakes. People are shaking internally, even if they smile on the outside. You do not have to do anything. You do not have to say anything. Your silence alone is shaking rooms. Type "My silence is my power," because the rooms being shaken right now are shaking because of who you are, not because of anything you did. And now, hold this final truth of this part, because the next 3 days are not bringing chaos. They are bringing clarity. You will see people's real faces. You will feel their true intentions. You will hear their unsaid fears. You will witness reactions that reveal who genuinely respects you and who only pretended to. Someone wanting to talk. Someone avoiding eye contact. Someone trying to act normal but failing. Someone trying to gather information. Someone trying to hide their nervousness. These reactions will be your signs that the truth they found about you is too powerful to stay in the shadows. And when it reaches you, when someone finally speaks, slips, or breaks under pressure, you will understand that everything happening right now is not against you. It is aligning you. Type "It is aligning me," not as hope, as confirmation, as the declaration of someone who has heard the truth and chosen to receive it fully.